Hey guys, this is video 1 in the series of the road to USTE. Hopefully you can catch all the videos and follow along. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Thanks for the support. Hey guys, for those of you who do not know, USTE is the Ultimate Scale Truck Expo. It's held in Florida every February, and it's where all of the ultimate scale guys get together every year. You're talking your dollhouse guys, your super scale guys. Every truck there looks like it is a real truck. So we are going to be heading out with the Restart C team this February for our first trip out there. For those of you that know, and as you can see on the shelf, I don't really have a truck that fits that genre. So the first one on the bench is going to be Tamiya Sand Scorcher. I've had my eye on this rig for quite some time, and I know you're probably thinking, this isn't a crawler, this isn't a scale truck. And it is a scale truck, but it's not a crawler. Every year, USTE puts on a big vintage race, and I'd like to participate in that race. So luckily, the guys at Tamiya wanted to see us build this rig, so they sent this truck over for us. And this next series of videos is going to be us building it, going through any problems we had, anything that popped up. I've heard for the most part, besides the hardware, it hasn't changed since 1980. It's probably been since like 92 since I built a Tamiya kit. So I'm really looking forward to this kit. Hopefully you guys like the build. Let's get this bad boy opened up. Let's see what's in this box. I'm sure this has been done a billion times, but I haven't done it. Maybe. Oh yeah. You guys can't even see that. I was like, that looks cool right there. You can't even see it. This is a very nicely partitioned box. You have your ESC here. I believe this is a Hobbywing 1060. Nice brushed ESC. You have what looks to be wheels, tires, and trans here. Do the wheels not have foams in them? And you have some universal joints. This really reminds me of an old school kit. It's been forever since I built one of these. Oh, well, that happened. Luckily, they were just wheels and tires and metal bits. This looks like, I love how it says racing buggy. This is your racing buggy. I mean, for those of you who do not know, this truck really dominated the racing scene in the early to mid 80s until the RC10 came out and really took over. An exciting piece that I did not realize is it comes with bearings. So the bearing kit I bought is no longer needed. We're just gonna run those. We have our wheels and our wheels here, a couple odds and ends body pieces, a little scale driver, his face. See if I can get my niece to paint these up for me. And then the amazing bug body, as always, looking super great. We got all the clear pieces, headlights, windshields, turn signals, all the clear pieces for the trans, the chassis, all little chrome light bezels. I'm gonna guess sticker kit. Yep, sticker kit if you're running the OG 506. There's a box of goodies in there. And what we need most, and first off, is instructions. All right, so let's make some room on the bench. I think I'm gonna open this up, leave this here, because for you guys that don't know, I'm a big V-dub guy, so I'm gonna leave that out, and let's get building. All right, guys, so we have the back of the car built. We have the torsion bars in here. You can see them. Burp, burp, burp. Don't even need shocks. The old school plastic see-through covers are on. Interesting enough, the motor is bolted into the back. I thought these two bolts were gonna go all the way through and connect that motor, but apparently this little cap on here is what holds it in. I was originally planning on swapping to brushless, but now I'm not sure how possible that is with this setup. So, especially because I need 3 wires to come out of the back. I got 2 holes. So But other than that, it went together. It's definitely way more interesting than I expected to build. You know, normally you're used to building, hey, open bag A, assemble bag A, move on to bag B. No, this has bag A, B, C, and D. Yep, there's a D bag. And we're just pulling hardware from everywhere, pulling parts from everywhere. So it's rather confusing. So when I got this done, looks like we're moving on to roll bar next. Roll bar, and then into shock building. Ooh, and then into chassis building. So let's get that done. So we got it built. We have a slider, but at this point in the build, I realized where we were going next didn't really fit what I wanted to do for this car. So the next steps in the build, if you're building it stock, you're gonna take this plastic tub. This goes on here like this, somewhere, there it goes. And then you're actually meant to put your servo here, and then you run a rod from your servo here down. It's got a slight bend in it, and it mounts here for your actual servo saver. So in my opinion, that's horribly inefficient. Like, this system goes through this little thing, the rod's pretty small, these turnbuckles are already really small, and this servo saver looks like it's held on with a keychain. So my goal was to find something else. So I went over to the old eBay and picked up our new chassis. So this is a much thicker chassis. It's an aluminum chassis. The rigidity on it is much better. Like, it does not move. These little wings are definitely helping with that. So I'm gonna go through, take off all of the stock stuff, from here, and just kind of mount that like that. Brand new system on there. So the nice part about this is it should alleviate a little bit of the flex. Like, you can see how flexy this is now. Also with that, my goal is to take the chassis with our servo and mount that right like that. Well, hopefully straight. But so this whole system will go there. That'll allow direct steering right off the servo horn. No in and out, no servo saver really, nothing. So that's my system. So I picked up a set of the Tamiya aluminum post standoffs, and then I picked up this extra speed servo horn right here. This extra speed servo horn. So that's what's gonna be our servo horn there. So that's what you'll see in the next video. Along with that, I picked up their sports tune motor. Should be a little bit better than the stock one. My original goal was to run brushless, but I realized with this system, the rear of the motor actually holds it on versus every, current day motor that bolts in from a motor plate. So that wasn't really going to work. After building the trans, I feel like brushless might blow it apart as well. I saw the stock bumper, hated it, so I picked up this sleek little piece right here. So this is gonna be our new front bumper. And then along with that, I picked up a rear cage in metal. So the current cage is like one of the only plastic pieces on the rig. So this is gonna replace all of that. I also picked up some shocks. So as you can see, these are externally sprung shocks. This system runs torsion bars. So my goal in this next video is to take out torsion bars off of here and then hook this bad boy up around there, let's say. So this will just give me much more fine tuning with oil and a lot of spring options. So I'm very excited for that. There's gonna be a set that's gonna go on the front as well. And then, since we're talking about cool things I bought, I picked up a nice set of aluminum wheel faces. I have another set of full bead locks coming, and a set of Rough Rider wheels and tires coming, just because I think they look a little nicer for like trailing and stuff, but hopefully you can see that in the camera. But yeah, that's what we got going on. So in this next clip, we're gonna do a full breakdown of the truck, swapping everything over to this system, putting in the motor, putting on the cage, then we'll go back to a slider setup. All right, guys, the bug is done. We finished the Sand Scorcher. I did not think I would ever get to this point. I changed my mind more times than I'd like to admit with this build. I bought incorrect parts more times than I want to admit, and I used parts that I didn't think I would use. I didn't use parts that I bought, but we have a running Sand Scorcher that I think is a little different than most Sand Scorchers on the market. We ended up sticking with the same chassis that we posted in the previous clip. We mounted our Reefs RC 422 up front for direct steering off of some other Tamiya tie rods. We're running Proline Pro Spec shocks front and rear in the 70 millimeters. We obviously had to run a shock key here because the rears are shorter stock, but the fronts fit perfectly. We just had to do a little modification to sit them amazingly up. I ended up running the stock tray that I said I wasn't going to run just because I went in and painted it black. And I think this just gives it a little more clean look with the body on, so it kind of just covers everything up. I did not make a time-lapse video of this just because this is the 5th pair of shocks I've ordered and ran on this truck. I thought it was gonna be way too boring, way too much information that was unneeded. I'm gonna post links to everything I'm running below in the comments. If you have any questions on how I did something or why I did something or why I didn't do something, leave a comment, send me an email at brocksrcrepair@gmail.com. I'm more than happy to answer any of the questions. We ended up running the Rough Rider front and rear tires on this. I just thought it gave it a little bit more of a mean look. They're a little taller of a tire, but we also have the stock Scorcher panels on here and the slickies for the front. We'll be bringing those with us as well. I ended up running the Sports Tune motor with the stock Hobbywing 1060, and we're running it off of a Spectrum receiver that's all bound up to our DX5 Pro. That's our main running radio right now, so we're just gonna take that with us to eliminate the need to pack 15 radios with us. I am beyond excited how this came out. I love the overall look of this rig. I think it's gonna be a super fun rig to run. We have a vintage race at USTE. That's where we're gonna debut and run this rig. Kind of nervous to run it because the body is so nice and this truck came out so incredible, but I built it to run, so I'm gonna run it and I cannot wait. So one of the biggest things for this truck was the body. I wanted mine to stand out, I wanted it to look different, and I wanted it to pop. I knew I didn't have the skills to paint it, so I hit up my buddy Brennan at Custom Artworks on Instagram, and I gave him some ideas and he came up with this. He absolutely knocked this body out of the park. We have the palm trees, the Reefs RC logo, we have the Heatwave logo on top. I am so happy with the way this body came out. It looks incredible. My niece detailed the driver inside. We gave him a little 70s mustache, if you can see that, to kind of go with the look of his buggy in the time era. But I cannot believe how great this came out. When it sits down on this chassis, it just looks incredible. Let's see if I can get it down on here for you guys close enough. There it is. Like, I mean, tell me this is not the greatest looking Sand Scorcher body you have ever seen. I am beyond excited with how this came out. I cannot wait to get it on the track, to get it on the trails. You guys are going to be sick of seeing this body in all of these videos because I love the way it came out. But we will have a running video at the race at USTE, and then after we get back from Florida, I'm gonna hook up with a couple of my local buddies that have Sand Scorchers, and we're gonna shoot a scale trail running video because these things are just too much fun. If you have one, you're local to me, let me know, we'll hit you up, we'll get you in the video because it's gonna be a great time. I'd like to see as many trucks out there as possible. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for staying in this long. I truly appreciate it. Thanks for all the support. Have a great day.